Rubin Colwell, Alex Robertson, two of Cardiff City's most gifted footballers that have been seen for years, if not decades. Both of them technically excellent. Under Brian Barry Murphy, they might just be the key to unlocking a new era of identity, ambition and intelligence at this football club. But the big question is, can we finally build a system and a way of playing that gets the very best out of Rubin Colwell and allows Alex Robertson to build on the glimpses that he's already shown? Or are we doomed to always repeat the same mistakes, players drifting in and out of games, systems failing them, and the talent around them not helping, and their abilities and their talents going untapped? Today on Cardiff City World, we are diving deep into the partnership, the potential and the pitfalls of building the new look Bluebird side around Alex Robertson and Rubin Colwell. This is a special episode of the Breakdown Extra, and it's a tactical breakdown of their stats, their roles, their potential, their positional awareness and everything in between. So let's go. Yes guys, I'm sorry. Welcome to Cardiff City World. Welcome back to the channel, and really looking forward to this. Up first, chapter 1, player profiles and current status. Rubin Colwell, attacking midfielder, hybrid number 8. He's done it all. Played off the left, played off the right. 6 foot plus. Key traits: vision, ball carrying, passing range, composure under pressure. Rubin Colwell is the golden boy of Cardiff City. Born in Neath, raised in the Cardiff Academy, and long seen as one of the most naturally gifted attacking midfielders that Wales and indeed Cardiff have produced in years. He is elegant, he's composed, and frankly, when he's in full flow, he's almost unplayable. But as we know, glimpses are not enough anymore. It's a big season for Rubin. Rubin's 24-25 was a mix of extreme sparks and almost silence, with just 2 goals and 4 assists in all competitions. But you look deeper, he averaged 1.9 key passes per 90 minutes all season. That's the best in the squad. That in itself tells you a story. His creative mind is there and it works, but he needs movement around him. And then we switch to Alex Robertson, 21 years old, a number 8 or a deep line playmaker, but has also played in the number 10. Came into Cardiff City last year, started really well before a hamstring injury around the November time kind of derailed his season. He never quite got back to where he was before that. Key traits: passing intelligence, technical security, positioning, composure under pressure. 2 of the most press resistant players in the whole squad and probably the whole league now. Both of them excellent. But Alex obviously was at Manchester City, went on loan to Portsmouth, looked like he might go to Portsmouth, and then came to Cardiff City. And despite his injury frustrations, he was one of the few bright sparks last year and one of the few midfielders who really looked like a player. His first touches, his awareness, his angles, everything screamed technical top player. FB rep comparison, he's in the 89th percentile for progressive passes. He averaged 6.8 progressive passes every game. That would be in the top couple in League One. That's the kind of midfield setting tempo that Brian Barry Murphy requires, needs and craves. Chapter 2, Barry Murphy's style and why it matters. So why does Brian Barry Murphy change the equation for these two? Brian Barry Murphy isn't your typical League One, League Two, whatever gaffer. This is a coach raised in the City Group's ecosystem. A manager obsessed with structure, spacing, control. At that City's elite development squad, he developed a reputation for building teams who understood the flow of the game. His teams didn't lump it long. They created patterns of play. They exploited pockets of space. They manipulated the opposition shapes and took full advantage. In short, BBM is the first manager that Rubin Colwill particularly, but Robertsons too, have had at Cardiff who truly builds from and through the midfield. Unlike Errol Bullock, who kind of wanted robots with no fluidity in the team, a very slow build-up, lacking any aggression, just a pure structure, but a very system-related way of playing. And it simply couldn't pass or function under Cardiff City. Then you had Omar Rhys, who wasn't afraid to take risks, but he lacked the patterns of play or the right structure to release the right players in the right areas. BBM encourages positional bravery, he encourages fluidity, he encourages quick movement of the ball, and this is where Rubin and Alex Robertson come in. And then we go chapter 3, Rubin's best position and system fit. So let's start talking about Rubin and his position. Not the idea of Rubin, not the hype, but the player right now. Rubin Colwill has always been a bit of an enigma. Is he a 10? Is he a wide player who you can give a free role to? Is he an inside 8? Is he a false 8? False 6? All these rubbish. But the answer depends on the system and the structure around him ultimately. Under Barry Murphy, there's a real potential for clarity, and I talked about this the other week. What Rubin needs is to know what his position is and how what the manager's expecting from him week in, week out. So let's look at his positional profile. As a left-sided number 8 in a 4-3-3, or right-sided really, but I think left-sided would suit him more. It gives him room to carry the ball and exploit the half spaces. As a number 10 in a 4-2-3-1, he can receive the ball in between the lines where it can get a little bit crowded if there's no movement around him. If he plays that free roll off the wide area in a 4-1-4-1 or even a 4-2-3-1, he can cut in off the left and then drift into the pockets of space. But being honest, he lacks the elite acceleration to play in the wide areas. So let's be blunt, right? Rubin needs runners and he needs fluidity around him. He needs a system where players are rotating around him, not standing still, waiting for him to do something magic. He's not Eden Hazard. He's a rhythm player who thrives on triangles, quick interchanges, and moving the opposition out of position. Key stats for Rubin. As I mentioned just now, key passes on average last season 1.9 per 90 minutes. Shot creating actions 3.5 per 90 minutes. 4.2 per 90 minutes in progressive carries. And 7.1 per 90 for pinching the ball back or pressures. So what does that tell us? Well, he's not a presser, right? He's not going to go and press like Yusuf Salic or even Alex Robertson. He's not going to lead the counter press. But what he can do is pinch the ball and use his big and awkward stature to do so. His stats for winning the ball back are really good. But he is the perfect link man. If you give him a 6 behind him with Alex Robertson, or you put him as an 8 with a 6 behind him, and give him 2 wide runners, Rubin can absolutely run the show, especially at League One level. Chapter 4, Alex Robertsons Role. So technically he's the best midfielder we've had since Peter Whittingham, in my opinion. He's calm under pressure, weight of pass is excellent, passing tempo is just elite, and crucially, he already knows Brian Barry Murphy's philosophy. Familiarity matters because Robertson knows how to manipulate the space, how to drop into pockets, how to trigger positional rotations. Yes, it comes from the City group and the coaching he's had there, but Brian Barry Murphy's going to want to play in a very similar way. And again, statistically, progressive carries over 6 per 90, pass completion 87.4% over the season is real high. Tackles and interceptions 4.5 per 90, and then carries into the final third 2.6 per 90. Alex Robertson is not just a passer, he is press resistant, and that is absolutely gold dust in League One, and it's gold dust in a Brian Barry Murphy team. Chapter 5, the duo dynamics, together or apart? So can they play together? Or more importantly, can they thrive together? Tactically, the answer is yes, if the right base is behind them. This is the way I look at it, right? The ideal setup. You have a 4-3-3 with a destroyer in behind. You have Rubin on the left of the 3, and you have Alex on the right of the 3, and then you have a destroyer in the 6, a real athletic and mobile defensive midfielder who can get about and allow them to focus on getting on the ball, and it allows them to both push forward, press, win the ball back from advanced positions, and link up with those frontline players. In a 4-2-3-1, I think you switch Robertson to the number 8 alongside a solid number 6. In my opinion, perfect in this system would be a Charlie Crew or a Galbraith to sit alongside Robertson and cover the space and really move the ball nicely, with Rubin as the 10 and Alex Robertson getting that sort of nice box-to-box number 8 alongside a number 6. But without the foundation, the systems, both of them, they completely collapse. You need decent defensive midfielder to sit to allow these two to get on the ball and be fluid, be rotational, and be progressive and play through the lines. You cannot build your press, you cannot build your midfield around them if you do not give them the right people behind and in front of them. They need pace and wingers who are going to run in behind. You need footballers who are press resistant and who are technically able to take the ball with a man on their back. But you also need that athletic or mobile number 6 so that you can build your possession game around them. Chapter 6, leadership, maturity, and Brian Barry Murphy's belief. Now, it's a really intriguing bit. Brian Barry Murphy loves Reuben Colwell, or at least he spoke in glowing terms at his first press conference. Called him an example of what Cardiff City is in terms of failed potential or missed potential. He's got all the qualities that he admires. He's got intelligence, humility, desire to improve. He is someone that you can build a team around at this point. And when he talks of Alex Robertson, he knows him. He respects him. He sees a player who understands the process, a leader in the making. But here's the £1 million question. Could one of these guys be the captain, and could the other be the vice captain? Too soon? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not really sure. I think it would be really exciting to do so. These are players you want driving the dressing room forward. New voices, younger voices, new standards. Why not give them the responsibility to help them achieve what they're capable of? Let them grow into the roles. Chapter 7. The right number 6 is the absolute final piece. All of this hinges on one thing: balance. The balance comes from your holding midfielder. If you want Rubin and you want Robertson as your attacking midfield core, you have to find the right number 6. There's a couple of options. You have an athletic destroyer in the Cymru type, gives them freedom, but also covers in a transition. Or you can have a deep lying playmaker in the Ethan Galbraith or the Charlie Crew sort of mould, which is a bit more of a passer and a deep lying playmaker, and it allows for that double pivot to slow the tempo down and get control of the ball. When you look at Charlie Crew's stats in the 24-25 season when he was on loan at Doncaster, 2.1 tackles per 90, 85% pass completion, 1.2 key passes per game. He's calm under pressure, but he needs a partner with him. Is Alex Robertson the right one there? In short, if we don't get the right number 6, none of this works, and that's just the harsh truth. Chapter 8, what happens if they leave? There are whispers. Rubin's got interest. Robertson is going to attract interest, maybe frustrated. And if either leave or both leave, we lose the nucleus of what can be a very exciting team for Brian Barry Murphy going forward and looking to build. If they stay, this is their team. This is who you build around. But if they go, we are back to square one. And chapter 9, I wanted to look at why this time could be different, particularly for Rubin, but for both of them. Is this just another false dawn? Because for once, I don't think so, because I think the manager fits the players, not the other way around. Rubin's not being asked to play out of position, he's not being asked to play wide, he's not being taken in and out of the team, or he shouldn't be. And Robertson isn't being played in number 10 1 minute and then being moved back to a number 8. This team should have structure. Brian Barry Murphy has got a plan, and he's got football sense. So you would imagine that he will do a lot of the things that you'd expect him to do. Now, in closing, Ruben Colwell, Alex Robertson, 2 players, 1 identity. Maybe, just maybe, the foundation of something that we can really start to build. It's time to stop surviving. It's time to stop flying by the seat of our pants. It's time to build, and it's time to have a plan. And with Brian Barry Murphy at the helm, maybe this is the start of Cardiff City's footballing future and the start of the revolution. I'm genuinely interested in what you guys think. I would build around these two. I would go for a really aggressive number 6, a really mobile, physical, aggressive number 6. But I'd also bring in, I think Ethan Galbraith will be too expensive, so I'd look to bring in Charlie Crew on loan. So you've got both types of number 6 that can do it, unless you think that Eli King or Joel Colwell can do it. And then I would just build on it. And I would build around that midfield, because we've got some real players there. So technically good, the pair of them. But you know, that's just my opinion. Tell me yours. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you can become a member, please do. We had a load of new members come in over the last few days, and we've also had a load of people ordering the football shirts. They are still available. They're available to non-members now as well, so they're available. You've got to email Cardiff City World with your size. We'll send you payment details. As soon as your payment's gone through, you'll be added to the order, and that order will go off on Thursday for them to be custom made. They are beautiful. It's going to be special. Obviously no pressure, but if you'd like one, get in touch as soon as possible, and an email cardiffcityworld@gmail.com. Until then, we'll see you tomorrow for more content on Cardiff City, 7 days a week, Bluebirds content. I will be back a bit later on this evening with the members live show. Until then, I'll see you in a bit. Daddy!